Hi, my name is Daryl Phillips, owner of Noir Apologia Gaming, and today we're about to ask what's next, because we're to the last step. Like, subscribe, share, all the links are below. Hit the bell for notifications for more content. Go to bipolarized.net to find out what we're really about. To find out that these ingredients and these steps are vital to change, that it is our belief that all of these ingredients, even for people without mental illness or that have never been homeless, all of this can help you become a better person. That's what Dwan and I both believe in. And we believed in this for 24 years, and now it's finally coming to fruition. So check this out. You cleaned your house. You've replaced the bad with the good. You're beginning to believe in yourself. You're feeling positive about yourself. You've never felt confidence like this in your entire life. And now there's one step left. Think about this. Now you can sit at the top of the mountain and you can look down at the mountain and you can see how far you climbed. You can actually stop and look around and assess the situation. Inevitably, what ends up happening is you climb that mountain that you just climbed, and guess what? You ask what's next, because your curiosity is at its highest it's ever been. You guys ready? Come on, let's go. So you've come to the top of the mountain now and discovered about yourself. You've gotten good things that you're talented at. You've gone outwards outside your box, dealt with your issues in your past. Now it's time for you to stop, look around, and assess the situation. Now is the time you can look backwards and look at your progress. Look how well you did. Learn from that's included in your past. And inevitably, what ends up happening is your curiosity is going to be so large, you're going to go, well, shoot, I could climb that mountain over there. What's next? Your confidence should be so high by now. When you get to this point and you've really worked hard, it's surprising the things you start to see you can do. I can see I can do this. I can see I can do that. Before this business started, I started to get bored because I knew I had more to provide. And I was just sitting there getting in arguments on the radio. Not kidding about that, by the way. When I didn't agree with the points. It was a little silly. I knew that I was ready to go out in the world. I just didn't quite have the bravery that I needed to at first. But when I started this business, it's night and day different. So stop, assess the situation, and that's what's next. If you are afraid of becoming complacent, like I am, I'm always afraid that I will get happy in my own skin and my business will not improve. Anybody who runs a business or anybody who does sports, you don't want to be complacent. That's when you start losing. So make sure that you tweak things every day. You're going to have to tweak parts of your life all the time. For example, they tell you in football or sports to continue to practice tackling. Not just the hard hits, not just the magnificent plays. Make sure that you're doing the basics of what you need to do to keep steady and going forward. If you're a person who doesn't really care about that, if they just wants to retire someday, okay. But for people like me, that have a lot of ambition, complacency is not an option for me. I will never become that. So I constantly tweak things. I constantly do these things. I definitely learn my basics, and I'm always improving myself. In the end, we are going to get older and slower and things like that. But that's why you have people around you. I have people pushing me all the time, so I will never become complacent. And more than that, I myself push myself. That's the other part about all this, is you want to push yourself. You want to eventually get to the point where your advisor and the person you vent to are still people you go to, but you need to be able to do it yourself as well. You need to be able to push yourself. You got to make sure your advice is trustworthy for yourself. So if you're one of those people that doesn't want to be complacent, just make sure you're practicing on the basics and the things I said. All right? So now that you've gone through the entire process, be confident, be bold, and then move forward. You're always going to want to move forward. If you're confident, like I know you're going to be, you're not going to want to sit still, because you're going to want to know how far this goes. It could go forever. In my case, I'm never going to be complacent, so I will never stop learning this stuff, and I will always get better. Now, that's not for everybody. Maybe you get a point in your career or in your life that you're okay with it. But see, that's really the ultimate goal anyway. It's not about your career, it's about yourself. Are you confident in your abilities? Are you confident in what you're doing? Take, for example, my life. I never thought I'd be here. I never thought I'd be doing this. I never thought that I would be as confident as I am. I never thought I'd have people supporting me like I do, because at one time I didn't support myself. This is about you, not even about your career. The reason why I use the talent thing as a way to help you change is because sometimes what you do can be all the difference in the world. Does that make sense? So be bold, be confident, and let's move forward. So check this out. Now that you're here, try and be an example to people. There are other people trying to change, and maybe they're not as far along as you. Help them the best way you can. Show them how to do it. This isn't supposed to be one of those things where you just keep it to yourself and you don't share it. One of the things that I say at the beginning of all these videos is the most important thing is share. In this case, you're talking about yourself, maybe a child, or maybe a friend of yours. Help them come along. Be an example. Live by your words. Don't just be a hypocrite and say, do as I say, not as I do. Show people how you did it. Be proud of that. It's vital. Take myself. I have never been so proud of myself in my life as the things that I'm doing now. For me, I'm always looking outward now. So I can't wait till the next challenge comes. And there's always challenges. Everything that I do, I'm proud of. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm proud of what I've done. So be proud of what you're doing. Be an example. I hope through this whole process that you've learned something out of it. I hope you've learned the whole thing, but I hope that you've learned how to push yourself forward. Like I said, this has to be your decision, your way. As much as I would love to make people change for their own good, so that they can be happy, I can't. So check this out. This whole process here is about pushing yourself, is about taking things not for granted and doing the things that you know inside your box. Ever expand your box. And by the way, you're naturally going to. Your box will eventually become your new norm, and then you're gotten better at the things you know. And therefore, it continues outwards forever, basically, if you want it to. And the last thing I really want you to learn from all of these steps, not just the ingredients, not just one step or two steps, is that you can be a completely different person at the end of the day. You can prove any naysayers wrong. That kind of thing feels good inside. Now, like I said, don't be arrogant about it. There are people that may have not believed in you, and maybe they still don't, but there are many other people that may believe in you now, just like they do me. I have so many people around me now, and I'm very, very happy that I do for the first time in my life. So think about that. Be safe when you're traveling from here to there. Be safe when you get there. You never know what happens. There's craziness that happens all the time. So just be aware of your surroundings. Be understanding of one another, not just from your perspective, but from theirs. Also understand that you have a limit. You can't always give, and not give to yourself. So don't feel bad if you can't do something one day. I'm not a rich man. I can't give people money. However, I give people what I can give them, which is knowledge and compassion. And remember, not everybody knows how to take that first step. Be understanding of that. And if you see someone struggling to come out of the fog, come on, help them out. Don't watch them flounder about. You're trying to change their life and do exactly what you just did. So give them a help out. Remember that life is fleeting. Do not promise your next breath. You're just not. So take now to do the things that are beneficial to yourself and to other people. Don't let the sun go down on your anger. You will regret it forever because, again, life is fleeting. Remember to visit bipolarized.net so you can find out why we're so passionate about this, why we want to do this. That this is no burden to us. This is a joy and a privilege. So until the next video, may the Lord of Light guide you in all things. Goodbye.